Hello Meadows. I wanted to take a few minutes to go over the new developer blog that just came to Once Human. It gives us an early look on several new enemy types that are planned for the game. And they're interesting, not just visually, but mechanically. The devs are introducing 3 new enemy types, each to interact with the world and the player in different ways. They clearly lean more into behavioral based encounters rather than enemies that just run at you and deal damage. The first enemy is called the Devourer. It's a large mechanical creature found in workshops and rail adjacent areas. It disguises itself as a functional subway or rail vehicle, which already tells you what kind of encounter they're aiming for. It's massive, somewhere between 27 and 45 meters long, made up of broken rail carriages connected together. The exterior is heavily armored, but parts of its body is exposed and vulnerable. Interestingly, the Devourer isn't aggressive by default. It mostly ignores metals unless there's high Stardust activity involved. What it really cares about is Stardust-rich metal ores. It can sense them from long distances and will travel through almost anything to reach them. When encountered, players can actually feed it materials which builds an overload meter. Each player contributes separately, and those effects stack. If you don't defeat it quickly enough, it becomes statuated and escapes underground with the materials. But if you do defeat it in time, it drops the materials, sometimes upgraded. So it's less about raw DPS and more about decision making and timing. The second enemy is the Hoarder, which is a small but unsettling encounter. It's formed from mannequins and shopping carts fused together under Stardust influence. The Hoarder collects items from the environment, including those dropped by players. They usually operate in small groups, sharing a nest where they store everything they collected. As long as you don't interfere, they remain passive. But if you take items from the nest or attack them, they will become hostile and will attempt to recover what they believe belongs to them. This one feels more like an environment consequence enemy than a direct combat challenge. The last enemy is the Sonivore, and mechanically it might be the most interesting. It's a gel-like entity made out of magnetic particles and black water, and it reacts almost entirely to sound. The Sonivore is highly sensitive to sound, moving slowly towards quiet footsteps, rapidly towards gunfire, and charges aggressively at explosives, making noise management more important than gunfire when dealing with it. Once damaged, the Sonivore will relentlessly pursue its target, trapping players inside its gel-like body. If caught, they will continuously take damage unless they break free, or use sound and positioning to escape. This enemy seems like it rewards patience and awareness more than raw damage. Overall, these new enemies suggest a shift towards slow, more deliberate encounters. Once they're actually in the game, we'll see how they integrate. But on paper, they seem like solid ideas. If you want, I'll do a deeper breakdown when we see them in action. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.